Rat Offering, which I don't think there are any rats in this deck, so I don't know. That's not very helpful. But whenever a permanent is put into an opponent's graveyard, that player loses 1 life. This could be nice if you want to, like, there's a lot of cards in this deck that are like on the fence about, and if you wanted to like for instance a Rexiel type deck, like some of these cards would fit better in that type of deck where you were actually milling. This being one of those cards. Damia, so good. Zezdek, Lord of Secrets. If Zezdek Lord of Secrets would deal combat damage to a player instead, put that many +1/+1 counters on Zezdek. And that player puts that many cards on top of his or her. Very nice card. Good mill. Avatar Woe, obviously very good in any graveyard deck where you're self-milling, because if there are 10 or more creatures total in all graveyards, Avatar Woe costs 6 less. And then you just tap her and destroy a target creature. Pretty nasty. Artisan and Kazelik, obviously a huge type creature. And, you know, if the if the Eldrazi weren't so expensive, you could just plop those guys in here. But those things are expensive, and I don't have the most money in the world. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get those to put in this deck. That's just a little spoiler alert, because I would put that in here, but so this guy I'll have to do. With Annihilator too, that is pretty nice. So Soul Ring, this is a very nice card. 1 mana, tap, add 2 to your mana pool. Very nice, very nice. Dimir Signet, mana filtering. This isn't like super ramping you, but it does filter your mana, so it's good for this. Same with Golgari Signet, obviously, and yeah, those are actually pretty useful in these kind of decks because they're so big. You know, you need to make sure you can filter your mana. Here you go, Lightning Greaves. You know, very good for your general. You need to put this on your general. Let me just Simic Signets. Should I keep these things? I have a couple other ones that are artifacts that give hexproof and stuff. You should make sure you have plenty in your EDH deck. Oblivion Stone, 4 and tap. It costs 3 to cast. It's artifact. 4 tap. Put a fate counter on target permanent. 5 and tap. Just sacrifice it. Destroy all non-land permanents without a fate counter on it. So interesting. I am not sure how good this card is. I should look this up. I haven't really interacted with this card ever before, so on the surface I would say for EDH that seems pretty decent, but it is kind of expensive and slow removal, but it is recurring removal. I don't know. I know since EDH is so much slower of a format, those cards are better, but again, my EDH knowledge is pretty limited. If you guys want to I've actually only played EDH like twice. Once with someone else's deck and once with my not very good deck. So if you guys really want to chime in, and I'm serious, I encourage you guys to chime in and let me know any kind of, this card's good, this card's bad, or you're wrong, or you're right, or whatever. Vow Wilderness. These ones are really cool. There's all these vows are in here, and it's almost like it can't attack you, so you can enchant your opponent's creatures, make them stronger, and then they have to hit their other opponents. So these are cool. These are really cool cards. I like them for Commander. Memory Erosion. Again, this is very milly. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this in. This is one of those cards that just gets targeted like immediately too. I just know from past Magic playing that this card is like, everyone wants to just kill this thing right away. But it is awesome, especially if you had like a Rexiel, the deep type. Well, it's just good in general. I mean, it is only a 3-drop, and you do need some quick cards in this. But anyway, that's whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player puts top 2 cards on into his library from into his graveyard. Grave Pact, another enchantment. 1 and 3 blacks. That's not the easiest thing to cast. Whenever a creature you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each other player sacrifices a creature. I mean, that's good, but that is not the easiest thing to cast in a triple color deck. There is quite a bit of mana fixing though in my EDH deck, and I'm sure everybody's. So, Tribute to Wild, 2-drop instant. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact or enchantment. These are good just because you need to have artifact and enchantment destruction in EDH because everybody's got them. Spell Crumple. Counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, put it on the bottom of its owner's library instead of into the player's graveyard, and put Spell Crumple on the bottom of its owner's library. So this is a nice card. I know a lot of people play this. Fact or Fiction. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those into 2 piles and put one pile in your hand, the other into your graveyard. Very nice. This is a good card. Relic Crush. Destroy target artifact or enchantment and up to one other target artifact or enchantment. So that's nice. You can destroy 2 right there. Minds Aglow. Okay, this is like a special commander card. Join Forces is like a commander keyword, I think, if I remember correctly. Starting with you, each player may pay any amount of mana. Each player draws X cards or X's total amount of mana paid. So, I mean, this could get pretty awesome if everybody wants to just draw out. I will say, I really hope they come out with more commander content soon, because I love EDH. I think it's like the coolest format. I haven't played a lot of it, but it's just, like, I would play it more than probably anything. Shared Trauma, another one, just like this. Join Forces, you pay mana, and this is just milling, so. Sign in Blood, very nice. Draw card, lose 2 life, and draw 2 cards. Very black, very black. Stitch Together. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Threshold, return that card from your graveyard to the battlefield if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard, which will happen quite often. So this is a very nice card for this deck. Cultivate, classic ramp. You gotta have some ramp in there. And it's not even just ramp. It helps fix your mana. I like ramp too. By the way, I'm gonna put some more ramp in my deck. Windfall. Each player discards his or her hand, then draws that cards equal to the greatest number of cards a player discarded this way. You can end up getting pretty nice card advantage if you play this card at the right time. Buried Alive. This is a pretty standard card for this type of deck. 2 and a black. Search your library for up to 3 creature cards and put them into your graveyard. Obviously, very nice card for this deck. Very nice. Siphon Mine. Each other player discards a card, and then you draw a card for each card discarded this way. So this card's pretty awesome for EDH. For the 3 and a black. Unnerve. Each opponent discards 2 cards. Again, really nice for EDH. Rise from the Grave. Again, great for this deck. Put target creature card in the graveyard on the battlefield under your control. The creature is a black zombie in addition to its other color and types. Siphon Flesh. Again, good EDH card. Each player sacrifices a creature. You put a 2/2 black zombie creature token on the battlefield for each creature sacrificed this way. So if you have 3 guys, they all have to sacrifice a guy. So you just killed 3 guys. This is 4 and a black, so 5 total. 3 guys dead and 3 2/2 zombies. That's ridiculous, honestly. Living Death. This is an awesome card. Each player exiles all creature cards from his or her graveyard, then sacrifices all creature he or she controls, and puts all the cards he or she exiled this way onto the battlefield. So you should have a very nice advantage if you're the only one if you're doing primarily most of the milling. Okay, and this should be all the mana now. Let's move these guys out of the way a little bit. Alright, Baron Moor enters the battlefield tap. Then obviously it's a swamp, but it also has cycling. Just pay a swamp and you can cycle. And I'm a really big fan of cycling. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love cycling. Command Tower, this is the classic commander land. You can add mana, basically any mana that you need. These little bounce lands are very nice for these. Devour Aqueduct. And there's battlefield tap. And then you can return a land you control to its owner's hand, and then blue-black. Dreadship Reef. Another pretty cool card for this. Add just regular colorless mana, and then to your mana pool is what it does. But if you just add or pay one, tap it, you can put a storage counter. Then you pay one, remove a storage counter, and you can add X mana and then a combination of blue or black to your mana pool. So I mean, this is good for this doesn't sound awesome, but it can be pretty good in EDH because there's a lot of times where you'll have like an extra land, or format's going real slow and you need to use this. So and you can use it at the end of turn. And it's not it's not a problem, or there's no drawback to that. Another bouncer. Wire Isle Refuge. This is one of those, I think the Zendikar ones, where they enter tapped and then you gain 1 life. And then you can do blue or black. So I like these cards for EDH. Lonely Sandbar, again, just like Baron Moore. I like these cards because I really like cycling. I think cycling is very underrated. Rupture Spire. This is a good EDH card because you just pay 1 mana when it enters, and it is tapped. So it's slow, but then you can add any mana of any color, so it's very nice. Another bounce land for green-blue. Svogthos, the Restless Tomb. This is a good card for this deck. Until the end of turn, Svogthos, Restless Tomb, becomes a black and green plant zombie creature with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So that's very nice for this deck. That does cost 5 mana to use, but it's kind of a pseudo manland, and well, I guess it is manland, and those are always good in EDH because just cause. Temple of the False God. This is a good card for EDH. Add 2 to your mana pool, and then activate this ability if you control 5 or more lands. It's a nice card for this. Terramorphic Expanse, another good card. Just gets to help, get your islands, your forests, your swamps, and stuff. Tranquil Thicket, again, cycling, forest. It's a good card. I like it. I like cycling. And we have our forest. Let's just check out some of the art that they put on here. This might be a Lara, or I don't know. This looks like Ravnica. Maybe. Lorwyn, maybe? I don't know. I have no clue on this one. This is like the most generic looking forest. But anyway, let's go through these guys. I'll check and see. I'll look at the thing. This video is running pretty long, sorry. And islands. Oh, I like that one. It's cool. I like this one too. Well, this is Ravnica, so I'm guessing that there was a Ravnica in the forest one. So, and maybe this is like Lorwyn. And maybe there's a Lara one then. Oh. And then your swamps. That's pretty cool. These don't always show up the best on the camera, I know, so. And there's I know that's Ravnica again, so. There's obviously quite a few swamps here. This might be the main. I haven't looked at the total breakdown of the deck, but that might be the main cards in the deck. Alright, so that is the deck. Let me look here real fast at the... So there's 40 lands, and yet there's 11 swamps, so after I tweak the deck, I'll go through what my new land breakdown is, my new, everything like that breakdown is. But yeah, so I'll try to keep this under 30 minutes. Sorry, this is a pretty long video. Like I said, I will be doing new videos here right after it with my mana base, my spells, my creatures, and some artifacts and stuff like that. So stay tuned. Those videos will come out fairly soon. I'm imagining. There's a couple cards I still need to get in the mail, I think, but most of them are here. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And like I said, stay tuned, and thank you very much for watching, guys.